Welcome to Stacking Sats. This is Muhammad Aiz, and this is the channel making everything crypto related easy to understand. Quick disclaimer, this video is meant purely for educational purposes and should not be taken as financial advice. As always, please do your own research in addition to anything else presented here. Now let's jump straight in. What is Markets.Vote? The crypto economic game that marries governance with the markets. Make market predictions in weekly tournaments, voting on assets from across the crypto space. Win a share of the weekly reward pool and gain voting power for the next tournament. Quite a lot of information in that little segment. So let's take a deeper look, starting off with the weekly tournaments. So players vote on which asset they think will have the highest price increase over a 7-day period. There are 10 crypto assets to choose from. These assets have been created to cover the DeFi ecosystem, and you can predict the market on either Ethereum or the Binance Smart Chain networks. And as we can see here, both lists have 10 cryptos. Those with the blue background are the projects you can vote on Ethereum, and those with the white background are the projects you can vote on Binance Smart Chain. So we know there's a weekly vote, but how does it actually work? So each new player starts off with 100 V, and V is the voting power. And the aim is to allocate this V to the 10 assets based on your perception of the market and where it will be in 7 days. Some choose to spread their votes across all the assets, and others will try and use technical analysis to predict the winner and base their votes in that way. But what's interesting in this case is that the voting mechanism, it's not linear, but rather it's quadratic. What does that actually mean? Well, quadratic in its simplest form is the process of squaring a number. So that's multiplying a number by itself. So 3 squared, 3 times 3 would be 9, 7 squared, 7 times 7 would be 49, and so on. And actually, quadratic voting was first proposed by Glenn Whale in his book Radical Markets, and it allows users to vote more than once on a specific topic, moving beyond the conventional one person, one vote. So an example, you're feeling bullish on Uni and you're on the Ethereum chain and you want it to allocate 10 votes. So what you'd actually be doing is allocating 10 squared, 10 times 10, which is 100 V. So this means players really have to think about their allocations and the impact it has on their voting power. So I've kept going on about voting power. Why is voting power so important? It's because you can grow your V by predicting the markets correctly. And the amount you can grow it by, the amount you win, is the amount you allocated to the winning asset. So another example, Ren is the winner and you'd voted 5 times on Ren. Remember, 5 times 5, 25. So that cost you 25 V. That V is now added to your initial 100 V, giving you a new total of 125 V as your voting power. And the awesome thing is, this is positive reinforcement. So the next round, you have 125 V, and every round after that, the minimum you'll have is 125. It becomes your floor. And any new V that you win is added to that. So, vote mining. Essentially, there needs to be an incentive for people to vote. Why am I going to take time out of my day to take part? Well, that's because there's a reward pool of 100,000 FVT every week, which is split proportional to the amount of V a player has allocated versus the total V allocated to winning the asset. So looking at another example, we can see here Uni in ballot number 19, Uniswap was the winner, and there was a total of 33 votes spent on Uni. Let's assume you'd allocated 25 V of your share. So your reward would be 25, which is your share, divided by 33, which is the total amount of V people had voted on Uni, multiplied by the 100,000, which is the FVT reward pool. And that will give you just over 75,000 FVT. In today's money, that's $4,780. So there's definitely money involved, and it acts as a very good incentive. Markets.vote, it's actually part of a larger finance.vote ecosystem, and we can see that it's part of the prediction and market discovery section. They've also got the second layer governance and social trading. So in a recent interview back in December, Nick the CEO was asked about what is finance.vote, and I feel this articulated it very well. It's all about voting technologies and upgrading the way we interact with smart contracts, getting people more involved in monetary policy decisions. So it's clear that the initial objective is to bring an actual governance systems that works into the DeFi or into the crypto space, which is pretty cool. And there's actually more. So we spoke about vote mining. There is going to be a vote mining airdrop, which lasts for 5 years. The first should be taking place in May, which is 6 months after the first block had been mined. And that airdrop is given to voters based on the amount of V used in that time period, proportional to all of the V used by all of the voters. So again, added incentive to be voting. If you haven't started voting yet, that's fine. Again, 4 years and 7 months are left of the airdrop, and that first airdrop hasn't taken part. The 6 months will be up in May. On top of that, each blockchain has its own reward pool of 100,000 FVT. So if you're voting on the Ethereum network and on the Binance Smart Chain, you've got 2 lots of 100,000 FVT to win. There are also bridges coming, so you can migrate your tokens from Ethereum to Binance Smart Chain, which would be pretty cool. And finally, the anticipated yield.vote is being released sometime this week with 100% APY staking. So keep your eyes open for that. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you found any of this content useful, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. If you've got any questions, please leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thank you.